Anyway, I have no idea how I'm gonna cut all this, so whatever, let's go ahead and fight now, and I can do post-commentary intros and outros. Woo! Alrighty then. I'm so not ready.
To you, I did manage to get myself a new outfit, but you wrecked the moving fighter castle. I feel furiously angry. You have seriously made me mad.
Your face doesn't really match up with what you're saying.
This is acting, after all. Inside my heart, I can't help but feel unlucky. Speaking of unlucky, you really should have let me motivate you a little more. You could have felt so good. Your mind would have been blown. You'd become so twisted.
I don't want that to happen.
Oh? You're going to abandon the responsibility of being a Dorps? That's not fair. Being a Dorps means being an object of jealousy, being called ugly bitch, or told to die. If that doesn't happen, being a Dorps just isn't worth it.
I think what you're describing is called undue resentment. And another thing, Omaru is not as cute as you say she is. She's like slightly above average.
I'll take that.
Undue resentment? No. This is the work of demons. All I wanted was to be the same as everyone else. A normal kid who didn't stand out. But she used me to get her dream, even if it meant going to market with me. Well, the guys who wanted that are to blame too. Business with a mother and daughter set? How perverted can adults be? Oh, my mistake. I meant demons, not adults. Seriously, I'm so ashamed of myself for actually listening to what those ugly demons used to say. But everything's changed now. As someone who knows what makes adults happy, I also know the things they don't want. Using what I've learned, I can take down the demons and make them suffer as much as I did.
Not all adults are like that. There are good people who...
Then why didn't anyone save me? If the world is so good, why didn't anyone help me escape? Well, doesn't matter. What I said just now, that wasn't how I really feel. That was acting. Just leave it to the former child acting genius, and a perfect performance is easy as cake. And also, I've been saved by Big Sis Junko anyway.
That name again? I'm sick of hearing that name.
I'm not.
Oh? Does Miss Ugly Glasses over there happen to know Big Sis Junko?
Miss Ugly Glasses? You guys have no idea. You don't know how horrifying that woman really is. You were fooled. I don't know how she convinced you that she was some sweet, gentle girl, but...
Uh-oh.
Gentle! Please! Stop with the gentle! When they're gentle, I get all flinchy! No! I don't want gentle! I don't... Please stop! Anything but gentle! Please, no! Stop with the gentle!
What happened to her?
This doesn't look like acting.
No! I don't want gentle! I don't want any more gentle! I said anything but gentle.
fight a robot, Highlander the Great.
Don't say you'll be gentle. Please, just hurt me instead. If you say gentle, please be gentle with me. Please kill me instead.
So it's time to fight. And as you can see, you know, there's water everywhere, so Paralyze is going to be really helpful here.
I can have a kid. I can't lose.
Like so.
I won't lose.
That robot has to have a
Oh,
weak spot
wait,
somewhere,
no, that's my chance.
Let's try to find it.
Okay.
Mega attack. Turning. A swiftly tilted
Okay,
world.
now he's stunned. I have amazing aim.
I'll kill you.
What are you even talking about? Oh crap, he did the triple attack, and this probably won't work.
Even without a magic circle.
That actually worked?
Hey, that gun is
Okay,
Cheating! You can't use it. It's against the rules.
just keep running.
How was I supposed to know that rule? You guys came up with them.
You sure have gotten mouthy.
turning. A swiftly tilting world.
I could use hearts.
Special
These are not hearts.
even without a magic circle. Spinny.
Right.
Look, I am desperately looking for hearts right now.
Filthy demons get grinded, braided, flushed down the toilet. Special attack. Mega splash.
I needed that.
Paralyzed.
Oh crap.
Special attack. Mega splash.
Knockback.
Mega typhoon.
Okay, Mega Typhoon attack. That's scary. That is scary.
Turning. A swiftly tilting world. Special attack. Mega splash.
No. Okay. I am so screwed. Two. Got it. Okay.
Swiftly tilting world.
So, this is a very good spot to be in. No, you don't understand. I need break.
To lose to a demon?
Thank you.
Can't win against adults? Even without a magic circle. Spinny.
Well, at least we did it without me dying, so that's always good. Whoo, that was stressful. Is that my best boss performance to date? In this game, at least. Highlander was a heartless all along. Well, looks like she was saved after all.
This is borderline indecent.
Shut up. This time around, I am definitely going to Where is Master Byakuya?
What are you doing to that child? How immature of you. No, I guess it is rather demonic in a way. Ganging up and abusing a child? It's like a special skill all you adults have.
Nagisa!
What? Abuse? You guys are the ones who started all this.
All we want is a peaceful paradise, where children can live without fear.
Don't make me laugh. You've been using those Monokumas this whole time to murder adults.
She's right. If all you wanted was a peaceful paradise, you shouldn't have done it like this.
There is no other choice. We must kill them. If we allow them to live, our paradise will be undone. And if that happens, we will be forced to endure our pain once more. Nothing will change. We can never be at peace until we have wiped out every single one of them. So we have to kill the demons to protect our world.
That sounds like something from a damn video game. Have you lost your mind, kid?
Yeah, you're probably right. We've all gone mad. Masaru, Jotaro, Kotoko, Monica. We're probably all insane. Broken. But whose fault is that? The adults are the ones who broke us.
Nagisa.
You want to hear the truth? We're scared. We're all terrified of the adults. Hearing their footsteps. Sensing their presence. We can't help but feel scared. Completely terrified. As long as adults exist, we cannot rest. We cannot live in peace. At this point, the damage is irreversible.
I figured that something like that was behind all of this. And no matter how pitiful you are, it doesn't mean that you can hurt others. To just treat them how they treated you, that's just going to make everyone equally miserable.
So you're saying we should just take it? You're saying we should abandon all hope?
Hope?
No, it's fine. Let's end this already. I want you to leave this town.
Huh?
You want to run away, right? You want to escape the city, right? Then I will let you leave. Satisfied?
Nagisa, are you sure?
It's my decision. As leader.
But what about Monica?
I'll persuade her.
Hold on. Are you seriously saying you're just gonna let her go?
Until you two arrived, our revolution was progressing smoothly. I don't want you to interfere any longer. So please, just get out of here. Stay away from us, please.
All right, all done. Yay! Monica's very own special-made magic circle.
Oh, you're awfully chipper.
Well, of course. Everything is going swimmingly. Spinny, spin, spin. The world is spinning, and Monica's at the center. Everything is all thanks to my wonderful allies, playing their part and doing their best.
Looks like time's winding down. Just a little bit longer and we'll have a brand new successor on our hands. A second generation Junko and Ashima, huh? Well, things are getting pretty interesting around here.
What a peculiar phrase to highlight in yellow. And that be the end of the chapter. That is an A. Yes, thank you. No retries. Woo. Oh god.
As expected of the woman I entrusted with my life, it was not wrong of me to believe in you. Why the surprised expression? You idiot. You're the only one I trust. Don't you know that by now?
Obtain skill, re-raise. Thank you. And 500 mana coins. That's alright. So chapter 3 has come to an end. Next time we start chapter 4. Okay, I said I was going to append some thoughts pertaining to this and the previous video at the end of this video, so I might as well. Because yeah, I had some issues with the previous part, but sort of in the moment of recording that, I couldn't really put what I wanted to say into words. But yeah, going back to just how I feel about the previous part, where that entire segment just felt completely unnecessary and bad and out of character for the series. Like, Danganronpa is really good at giving you a sort of serious yet somewhat lighthearted story. The first two games were really good with balancing the serious nature, or well, the situation that the students were in, and telling a somewhat serious story while also keeping things fairly lighthearted with humor sprinkled here and there. And in my opinion, the balance was kept pretty well, to the point where even the most blatant fan service moments didn't feel out of place, because they weren't sandwiched in between moments that were supposed to be really dark and serious. For example, the bathhouse scene in Danganronpa 1 happened at the end of a day of exploring new rooms in the school. And the shower scene in Danganronpa 2 happened during a day where you were just doing free time events. Those scenes didn't feel out of place during those segments because the tone of those segments was different than, say, the middle of a trial, where such a scene would just be kind of pointless and uncalled for, since the emotion of a trial is more serious. And yeah, you do have those little comedic moments during trials, but even the characters themselves scoff at such attempts of comedy. For example, whenever Hiro or Ibuki would do just a random joke or non sequitur in the middle of a trial, the other characters would just look at them like they were crazy, or just say like, okay, moving on, or let's just ignore them and blah blah blah. They kept the emotion and tone of the trial somewhat serious. Now fast forward to Ultra Despair Girls. As we advance through the game, we learn that the Warriors of Hope are sort of tragic villains. Well, I say sort of, I mean they are tragic villains. They have backstories that are really sad and messed up, and their previous trauma is what made them into what they are today. And as we saw with Masaru and Jotaro, their prior trauma was portrayed in a serious light, never in a jokey manner. And then we get to Kotoko, and when the game first really dives into her prior trauma, it's kept serious. And she's portrayed in a light that makes her really sympathetic, especially when Monica knowingly uses her trigger word and then just starts beating her. At that point, you kind of feel sympathetic towards Kotoko. And then we get to the previous video. And I mean, from a psychological standpoint, it does make sense, i.e., the idea that someone who has gone through sexual abuse at some point in their life would be more likely to carry out sexual abuse at a later date. But the way it was portrayed just felt off. And granted, I don't know like everything that goes on through the mind of an abuser or a victim, so I can't really comment on the fact that she was experiencing joy from putting Komaru through all of that. But speaking of like the tone of the game and the tone that they were trying to set before, it just seems so weird and out of place and unnecessary that we go through a segment that makes a game out of a character's trauma that was portrayed rather seriously up until that point. Not to mention, there's also something very off-putting about a character that's portrayed as a minor behaving sexual towards someone that's considerably older than them. In addition to the fact that the game heavily implied earlier that the sexualization of said character was a bad thing. Whereas in the previous video, the sexualization of said character is played off as kind of a joke and somewhat of an attempt to make you hate a character that was more or less sympathetic prior. I mean, for God's sake, when Genocide Jill comes to save Komaru and you're attacking Kotoko, you're not actually like doing damage to her, you're doing Senran Kagura-esque clothing damage. And it's just an all-around uncomfortable segment of an otherwise really good game, in my opinion. I don't know, that's my thought process. In sort of trying to flesh out my thoughts, I think I've sort of made things a little more hazy. I don't know, hopefully I kind of made a point of how, like, why I just felt the previous video, like, everything in it was just unnecessary. And that maybe the writers got a little too ahead of themselves for that point in the game. Because even in this video, it felt like they were able to get back to that balance. Where in this video, just like with the boss fights with Masaru and Jotaro, everything was kept serious. There was no humor or attempt to play off Kotoko's previous trauma as a joke. Even having that really effective exchange where Toko and Komaru were saying like, oh, there's good adults too, and Kotoko just screaming at him, then why didn't no one save me? Like, I don't know, that was just a really effective exchange right there. So in the end, I don't really know what the devs were thinking when they came up with everything in the previous video, but I stand by my negative opinion of it, and I can't really defend it in the grand scheme of things. Like I said, it's the lowest point of an otherwise good game. So yeah, that's it from me. In the end, I don't even know why I felt the need to do this. It's not like anybody was defending that moment or was saying much about it. I mean, even in the Danganronpa community or fan base, the common consensus is that that's just a pretty not good moment in the series as a whole. I don't know, I guess I just felt I didn't really get my point across before, and I just wanted to do something about it now. In the end, this wasn't really necessary. At least I managed to pad out this part. See you all next time for the start of the next chapter. What's going to happen when we follow Nagisa? Well, only time will tell. You only gotta really wait like 24 hours from when this video goes up. Alright, I'm rambling now. Goodbye.